Catalyst. If you don't know what Catalyst is, this is a very exciting interview we're going to do with Mike. What is Catalyst? I've explained it on a few videos before how you got to set up yourself, but there's so much to Catalyst. It's something that is very dear to me. We just did a Catalyst proposal on the last fund. We've been voting since Fund 3, so we know what it is, but most people don't understand what it is. What is Catalyst to the layperson?
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many ways to unpack Catalyst, but I guess the starting point is Catalyst is the innovation engine for Cardano. So I think everybody knows that there's an on-chain treasury on Cardano that holds upwards of 1.5 billion ADA. And what we offer is a mechanism to actually take funds from that treasury and put it in the hands of community members to solve problems faced by the community. So what this ends up with is an engine that allows the Cardano ecosystem to be built by the community and for the community. It has a whole proposal management system. Proposals can come from anyone in the world, ask funding to build anything that's going to create value for the Cardano ecosystem. And then every ADA holder actually gets to decide which ones get funded. It's by the community, for the community. It's super exciting. I started as a community member myself in Fund 3. I'll pause there and take it wherever you want.
I mean, major projects I see building now, like MinSwap, DEX, Cornucopias, they all came from Catalyst proposals. Mm-hmm. And it's just every single fund, there seems to be more and more projects and more funding of these projects. And it just seems like it's a mechanism that is built for the future, for 10, 20, 30, whatever, 100 years from now.
Absolutely.
It's really exciting. And so you vote with your ADA, right? You vote with your ADA and you have vote power.
Yeah, exactly. So voting power and influence is decided by how much ADA you have. So basically, imagine if you have 100 ADA in your wallet and you vote for a proposal, that's plus 100 points for that proposal. If you have 1,000 ADA, you vote for that proposal, that's plus 1,000. So what this does is mimics the proof of stake mechanism that secures the entire network and puts that into the realm of decision making so that you make sure that not only do you have decisions being made by people in the community that actually have a stake in this thing, but the more skin in the game that you have, the more influence you have over the system. So it provides a mechanism for the Cardano ecosystem and just everyday ADA holders to help to steer the ecosystem in the direction you want to see. And so, right, if you are a big DEX user, if you're a DApp user, you get to actually decide, hey, I want to see those things in the world. I want to use them. I'm going to vote for that. And it's amazing. It's a magical thing.
Yeah, empowering like Africa. I remember that, developing in Africa, developers, there's marketing, there's education. There's so much, there's so many categories. I would love to bring more and more people who are ADA holders to become more aware of Catalyst and how you position yourself, because there is a snapshot that's involved where you have to kind of line your wallet up and for a snapshot. Mm-hmm. But you were telling me when we were listening to your speech and just talking to you beforehand that you guys are creating something even easier for people in the future to get positioned, to get on point, so that you can actually take part in this beautiful feeling. From Fund 3 doing it, it was just such a cool feeling to go through, to see what projects are happening, people building on this, at the time everybody thought it was a ghost chain. It's like, no, wait, what are you talking about? Look, there's like hundreds and hundreds. I know, right? So it's exciting, and anything you want to share as far as the future of what Catalyst has coming up down the road. I'm sure there's some exciting stuff.
Yeah, so basically 3 big buckets of where we're headed with Catalyst. The first one is with the experience, and we were talking about this a little bit together. So today, to participate in Catalyst, it isn't the most easy and friendly thing to do. It can be quite intimidating for a new ADA holder, especially if you're trying to bring someone in who doesn't even know what ADA is. And so we're looking at, one, streamlining the existing experience, bringing together kind of the patchwork of tools across your wallet, third-party applications, in-house applications, bringing it down into one simple, unified platform so we have access and control over everything to be able to deliver a nice, easy experience. And one thing we're really excited about is looking at ways to be able to onboard a mass market while still tailored to the needs of our crypto diehards, our OGs that really understand the guts and the security implications of what we're doing. But imagine that you could bring someone into Catalyst, whether it's your friend, your mom, your aunt, a coworker, and they can come into Catalyst and start participating, and they don't even need to know exactly what's happening behind the scenes, what a wallet is, and trying to find ways to bring the value and utility of these different tools into the hands of users without them even needing to know exactly what it is they're interacting with. So that's the first one. This new platform we're building is called Catalyst Voices. It was a proposal funded in Fund 10. So that's one big area we're looking at. But it's not only the front end and the experience we're looking at rebuilding for the future, but also the entire backend infrastructure. We have a project called Hermes that's looking to make not only re-architect and make that platform really robust and streamlined from a data accessibility and security perspective, but also how do we start to make it decentralizable? So it's not only the input-output team at Catalyst that's running central servers, collecting the votes, doing the tally, all this done in an open, transparent way, accessibility via APIs, but can we actually distribute that across the machines of the community so you can actually have data in the hands of users, everybody's actually owning their data, and from there, we can even imagine that you could start to spin up versions of this over something like an IPFS network and just spinning up your own Catalyst innovation cycle in a totally new context. That's not just the macro, broad Cardano community, but your crypto community, your NFT community, your DAO community, your community of SPO delegators, starting to bring those capabilities. And that's really the third bucket is how do we start to bring this to new audiences? So we're really excited to continue serving the Cardano community, continuing to drive this innovation impact that we have, but also we want to do more. We think we have a really robust system, these crypto native tools that can serve not just the overall Cardano community, but again, these crypto, NFT, and DAO communities, and even looking at different ecosystems. So yeah, those are the three kind of buckets of big things coming. We're really, really excited.
That's extremely exciting. I mean, it's what Cardano has accomplished and what you guys have accomplished with Catalyst is something that is novel to this blockchain. And I think it sets the paradigm. I mean, it shows a model. And in a sense, you're creating a model for all these other dApps to create something like that within their ecosystem because them being a Cardano native token can have that expressive capability. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And just to make it easier and easier to onboard people like my mom, and my mom has a wallet, and my wife's parents have a wallet. They're in their 70s. I mean, I'm onboarding people in their 50s, and it's just I know that in my mind, if I were to go down the rabbit hole and talk to them about Catalyst, it would be too much for them.
Yeah.
It's to some degree. So I'm tempering myself, and this is going to be nice to just continue to circle back around and get more people involved in the voting, right? Into the actual process of like really feeling like you're a part of an ecosystem. I mean,
absolutely.
It's decentralized. There's no, board of directors making up the decisions of what's going to be invested with the treasury, and you get rewarded actually. Like you get rewarded for your vote participation, which is another interesting non-feature.
Yeah, and I mean, part of it is just you want to drive voter engagement. Voter apathy is absolutely a thing, but I think it's really even more than that. It's not just, hey, how do we get more people engaging and participating and just boosting engagement for engagement's sake, but really, ADA holders providing a valuable service. They're reading proposals, they're thinking critically, they're thinking about where they want the direction of the ecosystem to go, and they have a vested interest in the ecosystem going in a positive direction because they hold ADA. We're all exposed to the same price action, which again is this alignment of incentives is part of the magic of what happens with Catalyst. And so there are rewards for voting, there are rewards for reviewing proposals, there are rewards for actually holding funded projects accountable to look at, you said you promised you would do something, did you actually do it? And funding is actually contingent on that. So when you get funding, we don't just, hey, here's $1 million, we'll see you next year. It's hey, here's the first 10%, and as you actually complete meaningful milestones, demonstrate proof of what you've done to the community approves that, then you can continue to get that subsequent funding.
That's incredible. Yeah, and my wife was a part of being one of the proposal reviewers in Catalyst and had a role with Catalyst a few years back. Still kind of involved in that community. And so can anybody join Catalyst and help in their own way, or is there a specific, is it not open to the public, or is it a permissionless entrance where anybody can get into involving in Catalyst? And if so, how could somebody who's watching, who's really interested in something like this, help?
Oh, it's permissionless, baby. If you hold ADA, you come in and you do it. So we accept proposals from people all over the world. We funded nearly 2,000 projects to date, and that's across 6 continents. And a lot of these are builders that don't have access to other funding opportunities. They have great ideas, but they don't have the means to actually execute those. And being able to match that under-resourced talent with these meaningful problems that create ecosystem value, it's just a really incredibly exciting thing to see. And so, yeah, anyone, anywhere can have an idea and submit a proposal to win funding. And you don't even need to necessarily be part of the Cardano ecosystem. You should probably know the problems you want to solve, but it is totally open to anyone and come share their ideas. And even for someone that is newer, is still exploring, it's a great way to get your ideas out there, collect feedback, iterate on your ideas, meet other people in the community. And so a lot of people that maybe don't get funding the first time can get funded in subsequent rounds after they've built the trust, they've got a track record, they've actually incorporated feedback from the community. That's really important. So proposing, super easy, very low barrier. So it is very, very competitive. Lots of great people, lots of great ideas. But anyone can submit a proposal to try to win funding from the Cardano Treasury that we all contribute to, and we all have a vested interest in. Any ADA holder can vote. So if you've got a wallet and it holds ADA, right now there is a minimum threshold of 500 ADA, and this is to prevent kind of DDoS attacks. You don't want to have people just spinning up a million wallets, blowing out the back end, and all of a sudden the vote falls down. We're looking at ways to reduce that even further, taking that down from a minimum ADA threshold of 500 to even as low as 50. So we're not quite there yet, but we're looking at ways to reduce the barrier even more and really give a voice to every single ADA holder in the ecosystem. So that's the second role. And then finally, the community reviews. There's participation at two kind of points in the system. The first one is the proposal reviews that you mentioned. So to help ADA holders make decisions, there's a lot of proposals out there. Some of them are pretty deep and dense and technical, and community members actually go through a review process to read these proposals, give them a ranking, provide feedback, and in exchange for that valuable service to decision makers, they actually get rewarded in ADA, which is really exciting, and kind of as a graduated level on that. So that's kind of the entry point, and this is where anybody can participate, but you have to earn your way into deeper levels of participation. So there is a moderation aspect to community reviews. So someone that has a track record of high quality reviews, they can actually moderate other reviews to say, hey, are you following the guidelines? Are these actual meaningful reviews? Or are you just trying to extract money from the system? And then the final level is the milestone review. And this is actually people that have a track record are actually looking at the funded projects, looking at their milestones and say, did you meet your commitments? Did you actually do what you're going to say you're going to do? And it's actually community members themselves that have the hands on the keys to unlock funds for funded projects, which is really exciting. And all of these are incentivized roles. And so whether you're a builder, or you just want to learn, or you want to connect, or just have a voice, all of these are ways to participate, totally open and permissionless, and all of them have incentives attached to them.
That's fantastic. Some of you could even just do part-time and have a role in that. So is it catalyst.org?
Projectcatalyst.io.
Projectcatalyst.io, and then join the Discord. I'm part of the Discord, which is
the Discord, the Telegram, socials. There's a bit of a Reddit presence. We're in every corner of the internet that you can find yourself, and there's a great community on all the platforms.
Mike, thank you so much for your time. This was really special. Thank you so much.